Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep and welcome back to the Butcher's Circus. So today we are playing a team called the Last Stand team, and we are playing against none other than Vakkett, a person I haven't played against, so it's not none other. But it is a Darkest 1 opponent, so I'm quite surprised that I've actually never ever played against them. So they start off with just an insane beast pile right away from round 1, which is quite surprising if you ask me. And the thing about this team is that we have a lot of defensive tools, each better than the previous. And what I'm gonna go for right now is, since we actually started with the Highway position 3, we are not in the greatest position to actually use Duelist Advance, because we won't be able to repulse the Suppressing Fire or the Rain of Sorrows. We will, however, be able to repulse it after we use the Man-at-Arms Rampart. So yes, our Man-at-Arms does in fact have Rampart, which is a very undervalued move, very underrated, for good reason, because it's garbage. it's not garbage, but for the positioning that we actually get out of it right now, it's definitely pretty cool. So there's going to be a punish, hopefully no bleed. Okay, that's the perfect outcome. Not getting a bleed on our Man-at-Arms means that we are perfectly chill right now, and that we just don't care, basically. So what can the Sarbles do? She can only Suppressing Fire, and she's probably going to go for it, but before she actually gets any debuffs on it, I'm going to go for a guard on this Highman of all characters, which I actually just realized it's a mistake. Yeah, it's definitely a mistake, because now I actually won't be able to repulse the beast file if it does occur. So do we want to go punish into the Abomination, or do we not? Or do you want to go Reclaim into the Man-at-Arms? Well, the Flash want to see you for support, and that could mean a lot of things. That could also mean going Punish is good. Yeah, I think we're gonna go Punish here. We actually dodged the Repulse somehow, even with plus 20 accuracy. I guess going second does give you some extra accuracy, and very good that my opponent doesn't actually punish me for actually not running the... for actually guarding the Highman rather than the Man-at-Arms, because that was definitely a misplay. But I'm very surprised they even hit the Rain of Sorrows, but now we're actually going to guard the MAA, and we're going to take it from there. So we are taking some serious damage on our characters, but it is not the end of the world. And why is that? We have a Flash here for support. We can use Reclaim on whoever we want. We have 2 guarding characters, and after that we're going to be able to use Redeem or something. So they go with Dirk Stab on the Man-at-Arms, which is definitely an interesting choice. This Jester is very concerning. Definitely concerning is the correct word here. It is concerning because of his finale pressure, so that's something we're gonna have to deal with. We somehow failed the debuff, which is really unfortunate. It's an 85% chance of actually getting the debuff, or is it a 75? I think it's a 75 actually. We're gonna get a crit repulse for 22, but we are gonna get stunned out of it. And there's 2 finale buffs, as well as there being Highman with 13 HP, so we cannot let the Highman die. That's kind of the idea behind the Last Stand team, is that you have a very tanky Flash, you have a very tanky Man-at-Arms, you have a very tanky Houndmaster, and you have kind of a squishy Highman, but which has a lot of damage output. You can play it differently than what I am playing it too, like you don't have to play it exactly as I'm doing. I've seen this Highman actually being taken with Monkey's Paw and Sturdy Buckle, so he's definitely a lot less of a glass cannon than what we have right here, but I like this setup. I do like this setup, so we're 100% gonna go for the guard right now. Like, I'd have to be a raging buffoon not to go for it, because after the Highman's gone, our main damage output is kind of gone, because you still haven't seen what Grapeshot Blast is capable of with Eagle Eye Talisman, Grim Bandana, Vendetta buffs, and Command buffs. Like, it is brutal what this ability is able of doing. So there's going to be a slam on the Man-at-Arms that doesn't break the guard, but it means that the guard can be broken next round by the slam. But it also means that the Jester is out of position, so was it the best play, was it not? Well, who am I to judge? Right now, I am still guarded. I think I'm just going to pass the turn. I could also drop a Reclaim first, which I think I actually will, just so I'm able to heal a little bit with this Highman. I think that's necessary. So I'm gonna do that with the Reclaim first, then I'm gonna pass the turn with the Highman, and then I'm gonna click the Man-at-Arms and go Command. So hopefully we get a dodge this time, or not. Oh jeez, Houndmaster, you have 82 dodge, you really need to start dodging. The hit chance on that is literally like 115 accuracy versus 82 dodge. Yeah, it's like a 30% hit chance, and he hasn't missed my doggy once. Believe it or not, he hasn't missed freaking once, so that's pretty rough to deal with. So we're gonna pass here. We're definitely gonna take some damage from it, but it's not enough that Dirk Stab will do 10. It will only do 10 if you get a crit out of it. That's literally the only way. Unless you just go Dirk Stab on the doggy, and finally we get a dodge. Goddamn, finally we do get a dodge. And right now we can drop this command buff, which we will actually. Or we could drop a bolster. Both are reasonable. Both are actually pretty reasonable, yeah. Well, there's probably going to be a heal. I feel like the command buff is going to be more necessary right now, because we're definitely going to Hound Sari. This is a Hound Sari turn. We're going to drop it on this, on the enemy team, right? They hit the suppressing fire. I have 82 dodge. At least I don't get the debuff. But I think the doggy is actually going to get finale here. I could dodge the finale, believe it or not. Actually, I'm going to lose 20 of my dodge, so I'm not going to dodge it anymore. But yeah, even with the Battle Ballad buff, it only has like 170 accuracy, and against 82 dodge, it could have missed, but not anymore. Somehow hits me again. It's just, okay, the RNG does not want me to succeed in the way that I want to succeed. But oh well, what can you do about it? That's kind of just what happens when you play the last stand team. Sometimes you get the dodges, sometimes you don't. But now I get a really nasty Grape Shot Blast. Sadly, no crits, even with 19% crit chance on pretty much everyone. Yeah, I mean, Grape Shot Blast has minus crit mod, but once it does crit, oh, it crits good. It crits good. It feels amazing to use it. We are still guarded for a little bit, so that's nice. We don't want to drop the Death Store just yet. I think that the play right now is actually going to be to drop the bolster. Yeah, it's a little bit of a late bolster, I'll be honest, but it's just what we're going to go for right now. There is also a play in going Punish Hound Sari, because we could actually kill the Flatron from that. There is a possibility we actually kill the Flash. I wonder what the Save-Bomb's going to do. Oh, he's going to go respawn into my backline. Hit somehow! 72 dodge again! Don't mention it, Shep. Do not mention it. There's only 2 finale buffs, so I'm not too concerned of a finale right now. It does 11 to 20, minus the 10 prod, so unless you get a really nice crit out of it, you shouldn't be able to get the death blow. So I'm gonna go for a punish on this Flatulent, and my opponent is actually gonna go first, but getting a 20% chance of getting a death blow would be pretty nice, would be pretty gnarly. Even though it's probably not gonna happen. It's gonna be a Harvest, hits me again. Do we dodge the riposte? Do I actually just go Hound Sari here and disregard myself? I mean, 20% chance of winning the match, we have to go for it, except we don't even do a single point of damage, because we're so goddamn unlucky. So yeah, being at this store and there being protection means that you can do 0 damage. You have to be really unlucky, but you can do 0 damage, believe it or not. So we're gonna get exsanguinated right here. It's gonna take away a lot of our HP, but we are gonna be able to click and just go for a heal on whoever we want. So I think I'm gonna go for a heal on the Man-at-Arms just so he's alive for a while longer. You know, it's the character that we will heal for, that we will heal the most for with this redeem, which is a percentage-based healing action. So it's gonna be another Harvest. It's gonna drop more bleeds on the backline. Just gonna keep hitting the doggy like... He doesn't have dodge. I mean, I know there's Battle Ballad, but even then the hit chances have been all super freaking chancy. I am surprised he's been able to hit even near as much as he's been able to. So I still have that command buff. There is the question of that Abomination, which got a crit, so he's actually doing a lot of damage with that riposte. But hopefully not enough. We take 10 out of it, despite the 30 prot, by the way. We take 10 out of that riposte. But we do get a very nice Grape Shot on the enemy team, so that's not too bad. Still no Afflictions, though. We should be able to get an Affliction sometime soon. I'm gonna go Hound Sari here. Believe it or not, I'm actually gonna go Hound Sari. Before there's a Beast File. Yeah, I am gonna go Hound Sari. There is a chance to get Deathload, especially with Masochistic, so... Yeah, you can see the doggy was definitely Masochistic, like he didn't dodge anything. And, well, there's the one dodge. Now that we're actually Masochistic, we actually get dodges. So we're gonna cause an Affliction out of that. Hopefully Affliction does something dumb like moving back. Selfish has a chance of moving back or forward. So that would be pretty fun to see. I think if I'm my opponent, I would go Transform Slam on the Highman, or that, or Beast File. Doesn't get the death blow, thankfully, which means that Doggy can still do something else. A little bit extra stress, not the end of the world. We do have this Numbing Instance and Bolster to just deal with some of the downsides of what's been going on right now. And I'm just gonna drop a guard on this Iron. Of course, we still don't want to get finale'd. He's too much of a valuable character. But this is not the greatest situation to be in. I'm gonna have to admit, like, there's just Beast Pile all over the freaking place, and it's destroying us. It really is destroying us. There was just not much we could do about it. Especially with Arbos being able to heal the bleeds I was able to output. There's gonna be a Paranoid right now, but of course not all is lost, right? Not all is lost. So Selfish minus damage, the plus damage from Transformation and the crit are gone, which means that we actually have we are actually going to be able to deal a lot of damage right now. Hopefully going to be able to deal a lot. So I'm going to drop a command that's going to give both our other characters even more accuracy, even more damage while guarded, even more crit, so super helpful. And after that we're going to drop a Grape Shot and we're going to go for a Death Blow with Punish or Exsanguinate. So it's going to be a battlefield manage. That's not going to matter if I get a crit out of the Grape Shot. Let's see, 7 to 14. We do get a crit out of it, it does actually matter, the Jester is still alive. Temporarily, hopefully. Temporarily, right? I would love to actually get a death on him. You can see we're doing some serious damage now with Grape Shot. It is doing some serious damage. There's going to be a Dirk Stab. Who gets to go first next round? Crit 11? Oh. Okay, dude. I see how it is. I see how it be. I do see how it be. Well, there's no point going for an Exsanguinate right now. The best play I can go for is to punish 20%. We don't take it, sadly. And then go for a Redeem Heal on my Harman. So if he had taken that Death Blow right there, the Jester would have been able to Finale the Flagellant or Dirk Stab the Harman, but since there's no finisher, I wouldn't be too concerned with a Dirk Stab on the Harman, actually. I wouldn't be too concerned with that. I'd be more concerned about the Finale, but after the Finale, if I'd gotten the Death Blow on the Flagellant, Jester in the back line, I think we would be okay to win a match at that point. So I'm just gonna click here. I have minus healing skills right now, sadly, but I can go for a heal on this Harman, and we just have to take it from there. So yeah, some HP back that you can use to basically just throw more hits into the Abomination and take the W from there, hopefully. So we have a lot of Blight on us. Finally the move back from the Abomination. That's wonderful that we actually get. And he decides to go Absolution, surprisingly. I would have transformed, move forward in an instant, but I guess not having the Wretch's Cloak means that you're going to be a little bit more cautious about doing that. So one thing that Grape Shot usually lacks is accuracy, but with all the plus accuracy that we have, we can hit really reliably, even against Jesters with 40 dodge. We hit quite reliably, which is obviously wonderful. And yeah, just these two trinkets give you 20% damage, 10 accuracy, 3 crit, 20% stress, that's just wonderful stuff. And with the command buffs, with the Vendetta, like, what you can output is insane. I just realized we don't even have Bellow with this Man at Arms. I just realized that because of the Rampart Gaming, right? I mean, it was definitely useful going for the Rampart Gaming, but I just realized we don't have Bellow. I would love the Bellow right now because I would cause an Affliction out of it if I did actually get the hit. But yeah, not having the Bellow is definitely weird, considering we're playing a stress team. But, well, Man at Arms is here to spam commands, so who cares? Goes for the Finale on the Man at Arms. I think there were like 5 damage buffs on that Jester, so it probably wasn't that risky. Gets the heal out of it, like, I mean, gets the kill not for too much, so maybe it was a little bit risky. It's gonna be another Exsanguinate, minus healing skills. He's still gonna heal, but he's just not gonna heal for very much. I could go Duelist Advance right now, or I could go another Grape Shot Blast. I think the play here is to just keep spamming Grape Shot, right? Because we need to win through stress. Yeah, I think the play is just gonna be to keep spamming that, but I'm not sure if we have quite enough to win. We're gonna go for an Exsanguinate once we actually act, so we are hopefully gonna do something good. Act out heal with the Abomination is great for us because he was definitely gonna go for a stun on my Flagellant, and I would hate to see that. I might have to get lucky here if I want to get a W, but I think I have to Exsanguinate right now, even with the minus healing skills. Oh, come on. This Flagellant should be dead, let's be honest. I got super lucky, I got super unlucky rolling for a 0 with the Hound's Harry, because usually you roll for zeros when you have 2 Bellow debuffs on you, not just when you're at death's door. Yeah, it's super unlucky. There's gonna be a Bull right now, and after that's gonna be a Dirk Stab. Hopefully doesn't crit for 11 again, you know, I hope not at least. There's still minus 1% healing skills. Gets a hit for 9, which is, I think, a max roll on the flagellum considering the prot, but yeah, let's not complain too much about it. And now there's going to be a redeem. Is that your last healing action? No, you still have one more redeem. So yeah, the flagellum is essentially dead, but not quite dead. He's just essentially dead, but not exactly. We can go for this right now. We're going to cause an affliction out of it at the very least. I mean, 2 afflictions, and the flagellum should be dead soon, hopefully. Hopefully. He's gonna go abusive. Abusive can do stress to the other characters, hit them for even more stress, so that's not too bad, considering playing a stress team. Of course, flagellum goes rapturous. We all know that, and we're gonna have to get lucky here. We're gonna have to get lucky with the Highman just surviving a few more hits than what he should. So rapturous doesn't say no to the heal. Crit heal for 24. Let me tell you, this flagellum should be dead ages ago. Ages ago, he should be dead, but he isn't. Sadly, I don't have Reign of Sorrows to just deal with this Jester. 1 Reign of Sorrows right now, and on Grape Shot, you'd be dead. But yeah, we kind of don't have that to play with, do we? I'm actually going to go for a claim here on the Highman, because we have to get risky if we actually want to win. Well, the Flagellum is probably going to die now, unless we get some passes out of it, and hopefully some good act out. So Abusive doesn't really act out that much. And decides to actually go for a Harvest rather than the Deathblow on my own Flash, so that's pretty surprising, I'm gonna have to say. I would have gone for the Deathblow any day of the week. And that Flash not being alive is just nasty. There's gonna be Reign of Sorrows right now. Focusing down that Highman, definitely a good play. Definitely a good play, I'm gonna have to say. We don't have any redeems anymore. We have taken a lot of damage. Can we regen out of it? Well, we're taking 12. No, we can't. We can't regen out of it. Well, we're gonna have to go Duelist Advance, I suppose. And maybe into... I think we're into the Jester. Sadly, no crit with our 36% crit chance. And I'm gonna have to say this match is looking pretty hopeless. Yeah, it is. It's gonna be Reign of Sorrows on the act out, so that's quite nice to see. But in terms of actually taking the W, no Reign of Sorrows means that our access to the enemy backline is really limited. Now that punish is definitely helpful, but with 2 characters at this store and no more redeems available to me, I'm not sure how we're actually able to take this. And of course the Arbalest is still healing like crazy, like any damage that we output is just being destroyed by the Arbalest and her big heals. Just tough to deal with. Really tough to deal with. So there's gonna be a Manacles, doesn't get the death blow thankfully. And now it's the Jester's turn, so a little bit of stress, not quite enough to afflict the Arbalest, actually really far from doing it. It's gonna be a Dark Stab, doesn't get the death blow, we are getting just a touch lucky right now. I'm gonna have to say, and we are gonna click and go for that Exsanguinate. So we're gonna drop the Exsanguinate on the Flagellant. Thankfully we do hit, even with the Snuff being a thing. And we are causing a bleed. I mean, if he does take himself out, if the Flagellant was gone, yeah, we could definitely win. But, not being gone, it's rough. So there's gonna be a crit repulse for 18, that's what we love to see, but we are gonna get afflicted. Give me abusive, give me abusive, give me abusive. Also, we're gonna go afflicted into a repulse. We go selfish. Selfish is plus dodge, so that could actually still come in handy. We have to only wait and see, I suppose. So selfish, come on, don't give us a pass or anything like that. I only have 2 actions, I can't afford it. I'm gonna go Grape Shot, we don't get any crits out of it. We get crit, no, we do get critted in Retribution for actually going for that. We just didn't do as much damage as I was hoping, but Flagellant is dropping down to 0 now, which means that Rapturous could just oof himself. The chance is small, but the chance exists, and that's what matters. Flagellant could oof himself right now. Come on, Fladge. You are at 50-50 death blow res. I think that's just some stress, right? I mean, I say some stress, but that's 13. Actually goes for a punish right here. That's so goddamn greedy. That is so greedy. Unless you want to go for a stun on the Harman right now and just take the death blow from there. Yeah, that would be a little less greedy, but if you don't get the death blow, I can go punish. Does get the death blow, kind of finally on the Harman. I mean, I had only suffered 1 death sword check, I believe, so that was like that was a 50-50 still, so not too lucky. But now we can go for a 50-50 on their Flash, and finally we get the death blow. So could we take this? Could we take this match with the Flagellant? I mean, he's definitely a force of nature, but he's a force of nature that's being hindered by the existence of Exotic Snuff and Reclaim. So he's not gonna have a good time. We have 1 Exsanguinate remaining, but actually being able to resist the stuns is very helpful. I will say that resisting the stuns is quite helpful. We're gonna get Dirk Sap here. We're definitely gonna drop to this store, and we're also already down 2 ticks. Oh, we're already down 2 ticks. That's so rough. That is really rough to deal with. I'm gonna have to hope that the Afflictions do something for me here. And not having Crimson Hook means that our stress output is also a lot weaker, but we just have to deal with it. So we go for this 95, we do hit it. There's just gonna be an Arbalest heal, so we basically only did this to heal ourselves. Maybe I should have waited another round so I could actually have gotten the bigger heal. I actually didn't even notice I had minus healing skills. But yeah, I'm hoping that we just get lucky enough with it. Does he still have Transform? Oh my god, he still has Transform. Round 13, second transformation. Goes for a slam. How much damage does he do? 17 damage with the slam. That's a max roll right there. Selfish. Into 10 prot, and I think that's going to be all she wrote for the Shepherd Doggy, sadly. Yeah, we did try to take this match. We definitely gave it our best try, but I don't think our doggy dodging like one ability out of 10 just was just like a win condition, or like a winnable place to be at. I think that's how I'm gonna put it. So I'm gonna go for a punish right now. We do get a very nice crit out of it. 19 damage. That's great to see. That is great to see, but it's not gonna be enough, sadly. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, our doggy did the exact opposite of what should have happened. Like, if I had a 0 dodge doggy, 9 out of 10 abilities should have hit. But that's not what I had. I had a max dodge doggy, and 9 out of 10 abilities still hit. What am I supposed to do with that? Well, I'm supposed to call it a day for the last stand team. So I hope you'll enjoy this showcase of the team. It's definitely not the greatest light it can be put in, but it is still a very tough team to deal with. You do have that repulse, which can help against these matchups. The doggy should be much more impervious to damage than what he was right here. And you know, you definitely have a very tanky front line, which is able to deal with a lot of threats, just not when the doggy dies that quick. So I hope you all enjoy the match, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers.